got lots to talk about with UFOs today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. MSN has 2 news articles about the UFO drones, the drone incursions that we've been hearing so much about. Here's one: UFO drones are surveilling America's most sensitive military sites, and the Pentagon says it can't stop them. And here's another one talking about the same thing. For 2 nights, starting on December 6th, Hampton, Virginia officers chased the drones by patrol car and on foot, relaying momentary sightings along with information from Langley over police radios. One was seen in the area of Martel Street or Gosnold's Hope Park. 3 more appeared to land but returned to the air before officers could reach them. Another looked like it landed offshore. Police finally gave up. General Kelly, now retired, said the Pentagon was stumped too. What would the U.S. do, he asked, if this happens over the National Mall? So it's crazy. I love that MSN is covering this, and multiple articles on this. Fleets of dozens of mysterious UFO drones are surveilling America's most sensitive military sites, and the Pentagon admits it can't do much to stop the aerial intruders, according to a new report. Now, of course, that's, we're reading into things here, surveilling America's most sensitive military sites. We don't know what the motivations of the UFOs are, unless somebody does, and they are telling this to MSN. We don't know why the UFOs are doing what they're doing. We don't know if they are drones, unmanned or unaliened aerial vehicles. We don't know anything about them. We just know that they are indeed anomalous craft. They could be Russian, they could be Chinese, but word on the street is that they are not Russian or Chinese. They are something else. Unlikely to be ours, but you never know. Could be some sort of fiefdom battle, as David Grush likes to talk about, the fiefdom battles. But could it be something like that from one faction within the U.S. government versus another, or one faction of the UFO control group versus another? Or it could be non-human. We just don't know. Drones, again, of unknown origin have been spotted flying over military bases in Virginia and Nevada over the past year, including the secret base for the Navy's elite SEAL Team 6 Commando Unit in Naval Station Norfolk, the world's largest naval port, the Wall Street Journal reports. Federal laws, however, prohibit the military from shooting down the drones over the potential risks to troops and civilians. Jamming their signals was also ruled out in high-level White House meetings, according to the Journal, over concerns that it could interfere with 911 systems, Wi-Fi network, and commercial airliners. The result is that the Pentagon has little recourse to halt the potential surveillance from foreign adversaries. Foreign adversaries. Getting back to General Mark Kelly, he was first made aware of the drone sightings in December 2023. We've talked about Langley. The base is home to the F-22 Raptor fighter jets, one of the American military's most advanced stealth warplanes. The drones continued to appear over the course of 17 days, with officials suspecting that they might have been deployed by Russian or Chinese agents to spy on American military assets. And I've gone over in previous videos reasons why it's unlikely to be Russian or Chinese drones. But it's great that MSN is covering this. I would love more open-minded coverage, that doesn't automatically assume that we know why those objects are doing what they are doing. But, at least they're covering it. Meanwhile, winged figures across continents. Petroglyphs link Utah, Japan, and Azerbaijan. What? I've talked about this numerous times, about petroglyphs and other signs of some global presence around the world in ancient times. Sometimes this seems to indicate a more human presence, Atlantis or some, prehistoric civilization that had a global impact. And sometimes it seems more evidence of alien or non-human activity. Definitely winged figures depicted in petroglyphs around the world make me think more non-human. So let me know what you guys think. Striking similarities between nearly identical petroglyphs discovered in Japan, Utah, and Azerbaijan were recently pondered by Juliana Bradford, a contributor to National Geographic Wild Earth. The carvings, located in Fugape Cave, you know I said that right, 9 Mile Canyon in Utah, and Gubistan in Azerbaijan, feature representations of winged or flying human figures. Despite being separated by extensive geographical distances, their presence in disparate locations raises questions, shared symbolism among cultures across time. Yeah, a little wonky English there, but the dating for these petroglyphs, Bradford wrote, indicates significant historical value. Approximately 7,000 years old in Japan, between 1,000 and 2,000 years in Utah, and up to 10,000 years in Azerbaijan. Wow, so over the course of all those thousands of years, there could have been winged figures interacting with the peoples there. Or else there was some prehistoric civilization that had a global impact, like Atlantis, and they liked depicting these beings or talking about these beings, and they spread similar images around the world. So it's unclear to me if it's more alien or more Atlantean, but you can't really get Atlantis without aliens. So one of one is one, right? Or something like that. 1-to-1 ratio. Really cool. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence and drones uncover 303 new Nazca lines in Peru. That's right, fancy technology is uncovering new Nazca lines, and some of them are pretty funky. Check out this Cthulhu Gumby. I mean, that is wild. I love it. Now, is that supposed to represent a four-legged being with a crazy wonky head? Or is that like maybe a fist, a hand with some arm bones potentially? But then you got this crazy guy right here. Really, really cool stuff. And you can see that's what it looks like, in life or whatever. But using technology, we can bring these images out. And you have these really interesting figures here. Now, I'm thinking that's probably just a human in a headdress that is supposed to be depicting. And maybe the same thing there. Probably not alien, but you never know. I mean, that guy's got 4 legs and 2 arms. Or maybe it's just supposed to be a hand. So let me know what you think these figures are supposed to be representing. But, fascinating stuff, and also really interesting that it's so close in proximity to where the Nazca mummies have been found. Also not that far away from where the elongated skull beings have been found in the Paracas region. Love it, love it. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. Meanwhile, are we getting closer to warp drive technology? Well, we hear these stories all the time, guys. But again, from MSN, innovative research suggests that warp drives could revolutionize military space travel. So I'm not going to get into the science of it. I've talked about this several times. It seems like every few months we get promised warp drive is just right around the corner. UFO disclosure is always right around the corner. I think we're actually getting closer to that. Maybe we're getting closer to warp drive technology. But what bothers me is that the instant reaction to new technology is that we have to weaponize it. Innovative research suggests that warp drives could revolutionize military space travel. And, that's so sad that all this new technology has to be militarized. It's too bad, but it is what it is. Either way, we might be one step closer to warp travel. Meanwhile, Lockheed Martin was hacked. That's right. Major U.S. military supplier hacked by Evil Web. Oh my God. All right. Lockheed Martin, a significant U.S. defense contractor and arms supplier for the Ukrainian military, has reportedly been targeted by a Russian hacker group in response to the reports of U.S. easing restrictions on Ukraine's use of American-made weapons. Hackers obtained a list of employee numbers and emails and also took down the authorization panel of the Lockheed Martin company. Anyway, very interesting. If somebody hacked into Lockheed Martin, you have to wonder what they got. Did they get any of the UFO stuff? Or was it, all just Russians just messing with them? What exactly came of that? And, can that UFO stuff indeed be hacked? Meanwhile, I'm starting to get very excited for George Knapp's new docuseries. For the past 16 months, I have been quietly working with an excellent team assembled by Netflix to put together this 6-hour documentary series. Can't even guess how many miles we logged while slogging through jungles, across parched deserts, bouncing around on turbulent ocean waves, and meeting with dozens of witnesses, whistleblowers, scientists, and some of the sharpest minds to ever tackle the strange subject. The series is currently being translated into 124 languages and will debut worldwide on November 8th. So we've got George Knapp's docuseries coming up right around the same time as, well, the election, obviously, but also potentially the UFO hearing in the House of Representatives. Apparently that date, I think November 13th, isn't entirely in stone yet from what I've heard, but hopefully it will be, it'll go forward as planned, and we'll get the 1-2 punch of George Knapp's docuseries and also the hopefully amazing gangbusters UFO hearing in the House. It's crazy. What's also crazy is that China now has police bots that can go from water to the land. I'm a little concerned about this. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts about police robots. That's right. The era of RoboCop is real. He's a little more round than I was expecting, but he's there, and he's in the hands of the Chinese government. And that is wild, guys. Let me know what you think about this robotic enforcer of the law. That is crazy. That is crazy. All right. Meanwhile, we have more information about the UFO hearing, this time from News Nation. And this kind of got me excited because they're hinting or suggesting that the whistleblower that Michael Schellenberger has been talking about might actually be at the hearing. Now, I really hope that happens because he has some, gangbusters testimony if he does. Although I'm hoping that he is actually a participant of one of the UFO crash retrieval, reverse engineering, or detection programs. A participant of, for example, Immaculate Constellation. But we will see. Either way, I really want some hands-on participants of these programs to testify at the next go-round. But News Nation is suggesting that that whistleblower might indeed step up to the plate in November. One piece of information that might be part of the upcoming hearing is independent journalist Michael Schellenberger's reporting on a whistleblower who came forward to Congress and revealed what they say is the existence of an illegal and classified program known as Immaculate Constellation. Schellenberger said the whistleblower claims the program is currently being run and is designed to reverse engineer UAPs. Whether or not you think there are ET or non-human intelligence, even if you think that all of this is just some sort of advanced craft, the allegation here by a new whistleblower, verified by other sources in a position to know, is that the Defense Department has kept secret this information from Congress, which is a violation of the Constitution. So yeah, that's one reason, why it's hard to get disclosure, is because they have been committing crimes all these years. Either way, the article is a little vague. Obviously, they don't know for sure. I don't think anybody really knows for sure. Even the congressmen and congresswomen trying to put this together don't know who the witnesses are going to be for sure. Seems like it's in flux. We don't, they're not telling us because they don't want them to be scared off like in the last go round. But also, I think they're still trying to organize things and lock these people in. So will will Michael Schellenberger's whistleblower be part of this? We'll see in the days ahead. However, the article is a little bit vague there. It says Michael Schellenberger's reporting. One piece of information that may be part of the upcoming hearing is Michael's reporting. So do they mean that Michael himself would testify, or are we talking about the whistleblower himself? Obviously, I hope it's the whistleblower, but let me know what you think they mean in the comments below. And we also have some new words from Intelligence Chair Mark Warner on the UFO hearing to be held in the Senate, which I think also is supposed to be in November. Yeah, that's right. Okay, what do we have here from Mark Warner? What are your thoughts on Senator Kirsten Gillibrand announcing she's planning to have the new AARO director, Dr. John Kozlowski, come testify for a public Senate UAP briefing this November? And I like the fact that they say public. So does that mean it's going to be televised? Is it going to be live? What are we talking here? Because a lot of the stuff that has happened in the Senate has happened behind closed doors. So, yeah, well, fingers crossed. Warner says, I think, as we've talked about this a lot of times, I think more disclosure, the better. Well, absolutely, the more disclosure, the better. Okay, here we go. Down at the bottom, it's Matt Laszlo asks, here Gillibrand's going to have a UAP hearing in November, it looks like, in the Senate. Warner stares blankly at Matt. And then Laszlo says, from Armed Services. And Warner says, I didn't know. I know she's very interested. So it sounds like Senator Warner did not know there was going to be a UFO hearing. So this is not the first time we've heard of a congressperson unaware of a hearing to be held. So it's a little frustrating that this isn't more widely known in Congress, that more people in Congress aren't anticipating this. But, there is an upcoming election. I know they have a lot more on their plate right now. But obviously nothing is, more important than UFO disclosure, especially if it comes with the groundbreaking technology, the world-changing technology we know that they are sitting on. But will we ever get to see that? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Meanwhile, I could totally do this. Let me know if you could do this. Let me know what you think about everything covered today in the comments below. Then if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button, the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member, because channel members are rock stars. And I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.